News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
Good evening, everyone. Edwin Lee Raymer here with you, and I don't know how long I'll be with you. We had a great show scheduled. As you know, some of you may not. They're out of the area. We have a regular little snowstorm that's hitting us here in Rutherford County. And Carolyn Cox and good friends of ours, David Settles, Goldie was going to be with them, and a couple other people, I believe. And our roads are getting covered, and we are getting hammered right now. So that show is pretty well canceled. In Jackson, I may go to a break and then break into another show, okay, after a while, okay. We have 21 degrees outside right now as I'm looking here on my phone. Well, it's just getting to be a mess. And now tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day, and if Brian is listening, you can look up Brian Barrett, our station manager here, director of operations, and he is doing weathercasts. I noticed last night on YouTube, doing a fantastic job. They've got they're making a lot of changes around the station here, and Brian, if you're listening and you want to call in, you're more than welcome to, because goodness knows I've got plenty of time. But doing a fantastic job, and I'm sure, and don't hold me to this. Now, the schools, of course, we're not going to be in school tomorrow anyway, because it's Martin Luther King Day, and we don't know if the march has been canceled or it's ongoing or what. We kind of doubt anything is going to be taking place because, these temperatures are freezing. I mean, they are freezing. And our son does snow and ice removal, as you know, and as some of you know, I guess. And he and his workers and their trucks are already out in this mess. And I drove in, and it's going to be a mess for a while. And because these temperatures are not going to rise above freezing, I think it's in one of our weather forecasts until possibly around Thursday, maybe Friday. So, and then this is just the beginning. So we're going to get this. And then there will be more coming on top of this within another 24 to 48 hours. And it doesn't look like we're going to be above freezing. So it's going to be with us for a while, folks. Now, the schools in Rutherford County have already been canceled for Tuesday, okay? And we're not going to go any further than that. The Martin Luther King activities, there's supposed to be some activities at I can't even think right now. I'll tell you in a few minutes. At Patterson Park, and again, we don't know where that's going. Carolyn is in charge of a lot of that, or some of it, however it works, and she's going to be calling in after a while. She called in. I did not want her up here tonight. I don't want some guests slipping and sliding around when they don't have to, especially the ladies, and get off in the ditch for the Edwin Lee Raymer show. There's no sense in that. So I'll tell you what, Jackson, let's kick this thing off as best we can. And we're going to start out right now, okay? And my name is Edwin Lee Raymer, and yes, I'm still a private investigator. Welcome aboard.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your good neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS Murfreesboro.
That's a little stiff upper lip for you from AC/DC. And my name is Edwin Lee Raymer, and I'm your host for Ed Raymer, your host for the Edwin Lee Raymer Show. The show's produced at studios WGNS AM 1450, 100.5, 101.9, right here in the heart of the great volunteer state, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. You can reach me tonight at 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450. Caller, hold the line. I'll be with you in just a minute. And you can also text us a number. Me or Jackson will be glad to get it and read it over there for those of you who do not wish to be heard live on the air. Go to News Radio WGNS, and you can watch us on YouTube. And like I said in the opening, Brian is doing a forecast there now. I don't know that he's on the air right now, but he did one last night that I saw. And doing a great job. And take WGNS with you wherever you go. Listen whenever you wish. And, Jackson is looking out the window and it's still coming down. I guess it is. Yes. Okay. And we have a caller on the line right now. And Jackson, go ahead, put the caller on. Caller, go ahead.
Hey, Ed, this is Carolyn. How about them Packers?
I have got more stuff, more crosstalk on Facebook. There's a lot of hurt Cowboy fans out there, man. I got one, poor old Larry Cothran. He's a great friend of ours. And I had another good friend of ours, Dan, who sent me a Facebook posting, said, will you please forward this to Larry Cothran? And I know Larry's going to rake me over the coals next time he sees it. He said, this is a flower. It's called a one and done.
Yeah. They've been one and done for a while, though. You know that?
Now, let me ask you, are you in mourning as well? Because I know a lot of people are, because Nick Saban retired this week.
You know what? No, man, look, Nick is, about 100? Okay,
He's
maybe
72, I think. I don't know, 71 or 2.
Yeah,
he's not
yeah.
over the hill. I mean,
but you know what? It's okay, and I understand why.
Sure.
But it's time, and it's okay, and I'm fine. I wish Nick the very, very best, and Alabama's going to be just fine too. It may take us a minute, but we'll be all right.
Well, and you're getting a good coach. It looks like. I mean, my goodness, who wouldn't want the job at Alabama? And let's face it, all of those fellows that go there, whether they're the head coach or assistants or whatever, they do have to fill the shoes to some extent, even today, of the great Barry Bryant.
Absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely.
he started the tradition, and the good Lord broke the mold on Barry Bryant. There's no doubt about it.
True.
And
True.
the facilities and the training facilities they have, and the alumni associations they have, and the support. I mean, man, I wish we had it here at MTSU, but it is what it is. And I know you're an Alabama fan, and I've got a lot of folks who are Alabama fans. So.
Absolutely. But you know what? You know that's not why I called you tonight, right?
I know. Tell me, do you know what's going on? First of all, how are the roads out there? You came out of Nashville. You live here in Murfreesboro, of course. So what's going on?
Murfreesboro. I'm going to tell you, when I left Murfreesboro, it was just a little bit of snow, a little bit of white stuff that was coming down. It took me about 45 minutes, as usual, to get into Nashville, and it started to really get kind of slick. I was going to attend an event, and I was like, let me just, leave my little gift and go home. And I'm telling you, by the time I got in my car, Ed, the side streets were absolutely horrible.
Right, yeah.
In about an hour's time, it went from, this ain't bad, to, oh, my God.
Yeah, I know you called me. Yeah, I think you. And I'm not going to get her in trouble. I think she pulled over and she called and said, hey, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Are you going to still do a show? I said, I don't know if you want to call it a show or not. But man, I will be there, and I'm here in spirit, okay? And, but at any rate, they're getting worse. Jackson was just looking out the window, as you know, we have here at the station, and it is still coming down. So this is not going to stop for a while.
Yep, and I tell you, the side roads are bad. The interstate ain't much better. And as I was coming into Murfreesboro was okay. But as I told you, I had to go. Because I wasn't expecting it to be bad. But I was like, let me just go grab some bread and some peanut butter and a few other items.
Sandy Childs just replied, a friend of mine out of Los Angeles, I believe it's Los Angeles, I'll stand corrected on, I guess the weather will fill up the whole show. Yet when you're here in Middle Tennessee and it starts snowing, yes, it pretty well fills up.
Absolutely. And I tell you, it was interesting, but nope, I'm home comfortable and safe and all of that. I'm a little concerned about
Good.
my son because his butt went out to Philly this week. And so
yeah.
and he's supposed to be coming back. Well, they canceled the Pittsburgh game because of the weather, and it was looking horrible out there. I don't know what his situation is going to be, but hopefully he'll be able to get back and his dad can come pick him up because I'm probably going to be sitting on the couch.
Well, I'll tell you, this thing has pretty well put a grip on the entire country. I mean, they showed, weren't they supposed to play that game yesterday?
Yesterday.
They were.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, and I thank you for calling in because I want to tell you something.
What?
I saw the cameras up there that they showed yesterday that were there at it's at Orchard Park, New York, I believe, where the game was supposed to be, the Bills' home turf.
Right. Oh, you saw that, right?
There wasn't any way you could play the game in there yesterday.
No, and you get so accustomed to them playing in the snow, playing in inclement weather.
Sure.
But that was a freaking blizzard.
Oh, it was. Yes, it is. And I'll tell you what, it may not be much better. I heard one of the weather people talking earlier on one of the networks. It may not be much better tomorrow. So, we might be looking at a white screen on TV, but just hear a couple of sportscasters talking like me and you're talking here. I mean, it's there's nothing they can do about it, but these are playoff games. But I wanted to tell you something, and I know it's Martin Luther King Day. I noticed when I came out, left the house tonight, out in our community, we live in the Stevens Bend area out in that, we're not in Stevens Bend, we're on past that out in the county. But I see so many cars gathered at homes. Now, I'm sure the football thing's got a lot to do with it, okay?
Right.
I understand. But this thing could not have fallen on a better day. All the schools were going to be closed tomorrow anyway. And it seems like people are starting to make more of a festive occasion out of MLK Day. They really are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what you're going to see tomorrow. More family get-togethers, more barbecues, I'm going to say we'll have a barbecue in this, but maybe an old-fashioned weenie roast or some marshmallows or something if you want to build a big enough fire, if you're brave enough to get out in it. But I see a lot more people that are, there were plenty of cars gathered, and like I said, I'm sure, it's a good night to be in and everything. But and football played a part in it, I'm sure, But people are really starting to, for lack of a better term, really cash in on this thing. And I think it's great. Now,
absolutely. And, where MLK is concerned is always about a day of service.
Yes, it is.
And I'm really excited that my sorority, I got to give them a big old shout-out to Rutherford County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma
I know
Theta.
you do.
We just celebrated 111 years. And
you're 111 years old?
111.
Oh,
and
great day. You look good for
a day over 25.
That's a long time. That sorority is that old? Really? That sorority is that old? Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow. And you have some notable people in this sorority, too. This is not just a Johnny-come-lately thing.
Absolutely. Well, Nikki Giovanni, and I know you know who she is, she was actually, they were going to cancel tonight, but they went on ahead, the show must go on, and there was a private time with her. And like I said, it just didn't look well enough for me to stay, but super excited that she's here in town. And I don't know if that event's been canceled tomorrow, but she's supposed to be in Nashville speaking.
Right.
And so that's really great. And our sorority, we did, I'm super excited that we did our service activities early. We actually cooked for Journey Home, and that was just absolutely wonderful. And look, I cooked, and I don't cook.
Really, I thought you'd be a
They
good cook. Really, I thought you'd be a good cook. I really did.
no,
I figured you
look,
cooked a lot.
I can make a few staples, and I do know how to make spaghetti. And doggone it, I made a mean spaghetti for
Right.
Journey Home with my
Okay.
sorority sisters, and we were able to donate quite a few items, some household goods, clothing, sanitary items, and all that kind of thing. So super excited to be able to do that for them.
Right.
And I do wanted to talk to you. What I really wanted to talk to you about is, still kind of MLK walk. I think it will be canceled, but I'm not the leader of that, so I cannot say that definitely.
Sure.
But I'm gonna tell you, Ed. See, I hit you up every year for a ticket, right?
Yes,
For
ma'am. I
the
understand
MLK
that.
breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just want you to know that you can go ahead and put your wallet back in your pocket because that event is officially sold out.
Really?
Super excited about that. Yes, sir. It is sold out, and that it'll take place on next Saturday, the 20th. Again, we're going to be at the James Union Building, and really excited about all of that. Hopefully, Pastor Settles, who's the new president, will be able to get on and talk to you about those events, who's going to be the speaker and that kind of thing. But just excited about what they have been able to
Okay.
accomplish.
Carolyn, will you do me a favor? Will you
Okay.
hold the line and let's go to our first series of breaks? Jackson wants to do that. We'll be right back with you. Hang on,
Sounds
Carolyn.
good.
Be right back. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Hey, this is Ed, everybody. Want to tell you about a sponsor of ours. We've got Complete Yard Care. Their slogan is, "We do it all." Low-maintenance landscape design, retaining walls, tree removal, stump grinding, lawn cut mulching, landscaping. Now, you can reach them at 615-785-0384. Or you can look them up on the web at CompleteYardCareTN.com. They have a 5-star ranking on Google. That's Complete Yard Care. We do it all. Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And we are back, and Carolyn Cox is on hold right now. Carolyn, are you there?
I am.
Okay, Carolyn, I want you to do me a favor because Brian Barrett, our station manager, has been good enough to call in with some weather information and some school information, I'm sure. Brian, are you there, please?
Sir, I'm here.
How are you doing?
I'm just watching this white powdery stuff fall from the sky.
I'm telling you. Hey, I wanted to tell you, I saw, I guess, one of your first YouTube broadcasts last night. It popped up on my desktop at the house, and I said, hey, and you got some good toys you're playing with there.
Well, it's something that we were working to get ready to go for, severe weather season in the spring, and it
Sure.
just so happened that this major winter storm was coming through, and so we kind of threw things together a little quicker to try to get some things out there, and I hope it's going to be a benefit to the community. It's a visual medium anymore. Radio is not only what goes out over the radio airwaves, but what's streaming and what's video streamed and things of that nature. And so
True.
I think it's the next progression in the way that we can serve our community here in Rutherford County. So,
well, and you're doing a great job, and I know it's all a little bit, I could tell, because, you've been at this a long time, but I could tell that was kind of new to you because you were fumbling a little bit here and there, and you never fumble.
Well, there are only 220 buttons on that thing, so I've got to figure out what all the buttons do.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a guy by the name of John Dinkinson hangs around here, and I'm sure he'd be more than happy to help you figure out.
He can figure out one button.
Yeah. By the way, I'll tell Stan Vault to be sure and send you your calendar. I listened to you all talk about the calendars on the. Stan ought to be sending me a truckload of calendars. He sold Mom and Dad's house for us. I didn't get a thing from him. Bless his heart. Brian, listen, I know you're busy. It's Sunday night. Thank you for doing this. And what have we got going? I know the schools are closed Tuesday. Of course, they were going to be closed tomorrow for MLK Day anyway.
Yeah, Rutherford County Schools went ahead and made that preemptive move to close schools on Tuesday. It's going to be so cold anyway, despite what falls in terms of snow. It was, in the single digits, and I think Dr. Jimmy Sullivan made a really good call there to go ahead and say, you know what, parents, make alternative plans. It's going to be really, really cold, and it looks like this snow system may perform not only kind of what was being called for earlier in the week, maybe 3 inches, 4 inches of snow.
Agreed.
Right now, the National Weather Service has kind of upped that to anywhere from 3 to 7 inches here in our area, and points to the south. And the further you go into southern Middle Tennessee, the higher the snow amounts. This
yes, sir. I saw the same thing. I agree. Yeah. I've seen the same thing, and we are not normally prepared for anything like that.
No.
2, 3, 4 inches of snow is one thing, but when you get over 3 or 4 inches, that we're just not. We're on the buckle of the Bible Belt. We're just not prepared for that. We're not like Detroit or New York or all that.
Right, and I think crews have done a good job of putting down the brine and getting the roads ready and all, but, the temperatures are going to be so cold. We're in the 20s and,
sure,
single digits at night. It's not really going to have a chance to really do its work, and it's going to snow throughout the day tomorrow. This is really the first blow of this winter system. Tomorrow, during the daytime, from about 10 to noon is when we expect even heavier snowfall to kind of come in, and so
yes, sir.
What we get, through the morning tomorrow is just a precursor. So it could be a pretty good snow for us here.
I have heard the same thing. Yeah, we haven't even had the brunt of this yet, and then this is going to slow down. I think that one of the fellows on, I believe it was Channel 5, I'm not sure, but I've watched them all trying to keep up, and said it will slow down, and then here about to Tuesday night to Wednesday, here comes another batch of stuff at us.
Yeah, so it looks like Thursday we're finally going to warm up to just above freezing, and if we've got quite a bit of snow on the ground, the temperatures usually are a few degrees cooler when there's what they call a snowpack. So we may not get above freezing that much, and then Thursday night into Friday another system comes in, and we're going to be in the single digits again next Saturday.
Sir. Yeah, that's what it's called, and they have called for that since earlier in the week. They've told us this is coming,
Yeah, and I think everybody's been very well informed that this was a possibility. I really think the forecasters at the National Weather Service have done a good job of waiting and not, pushing the panic button and, kind of letting us know, hey, it's going to snow, then, a likely snow. And, the once the models came in yesterday, it looked like we could have a pretty substantial snow. So really think they've done an excellent job with that. It's so hard to predict this stuff. If this low pressure system goes a little, 30 or 50 miles to the south, maybe we don't get as much snow. And so it's just really hard to predict.
It is. And I know our son is out. Our son, of course, is one of my sponsors. I don't lie about it. Complete Yard Care. and they're out right now. They have 3 snow plows and 2 salt spreaders going. And they do, of course, they don't do anywhere for the county or the city, but they do for major companies and clearing these lots off. And they were out already before I even arrived here at the station. So that's when that's kind of my barometer. I could tell between what I saw you last night on YouTube. I said, well, I guess everything's correct. Here it comes, so.
Well, and I was just, while I was waiting to go on the air, was looking at some reports and folks posting online, Northfield Boulevard covered with snow, people driving slowly. And I saw a report out of Memphis that I-55 in Memphis is at a standstill right now with wrecks and people on the roadways. And so that's what's coming this way. So
I'm looking out the window of the station. Jackson opened up the curtains, and they're moving mighty slow down Northwest Broad. So, I mean, it's slowing down. Anything else? Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it and appreciate what you do. I really do. And thanks for letting people know. As of right now, I think we're all just in a set and wait position, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. And we'll have updates on radio, streaming. The website's got lots of stories and information, all the closings and cancellations, not only for schools, but if events are postponed, that's going to be on the website. And we're trying to build up the new weather channels. So at RUCO Weather, R-U-C-O Weather, on YouTube, Facebook, X, go on there, subscribe, like, all the things that you need to do, and help us build an audience there that can stay informed.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, you're doing a great job so far, and I know it's going to do nothing but just get better. And, I appreciate it. Brian, if it's all right, is there anything else? I'm going to let you go, let you get on with your Sunday night, okay?
I think that's about it, Ed. I appreciate you letting me have a chance here to talk.
Oh, anytime, my friend. And you tell I'll tell you what. I'll talk to Stan. I'll have him send you a whole box of them big calendars, and you show that to John Dinkins. That'll put him on his
right. I might be able to sell them or something. You never know.
Brian Barrett, our station manager here. Thank you, Brian.
Sure thing. Thank you.
All right. Take care. And we appreciate him calling in. We really do. Now, Miss Carolyn, are you still there?
I am still here. But you know what? I'm going to get off because I know that there are several other people that are wanting to talk to you. And so I'm going to give them an opportunity to have the floor. And I'm going to look, and I'm going to watch this Detroit game because they're looking pretty good.
Okay, now instead of Alabama, you're going to become a Detroit fan?
No.
Please.
I am a Steeler fan all day, every day.
Okay. Great day.
But honestly, Detroit has been super exciting this year. And
they have.
I am really, and they got robbed in that. And I'm putting it on record. They got robbed at that Dallas game.
Oh, nobody got robbed, Carolyn.
So I want to see if they can handle the Rams tonight. And again, super excited about what's going to be going on next Saturday. But hopefully, David will get an opportunity to talk to you further about all of that and what's going on. And
hey,
in the meantime,
let me tell you something. Just go Chiefs, okay? Go Chiefs, all right? And I know Detroit beat Kansas City the first game of the year.
Yeah, but you know what? Now, I'm going to be honest now. That whole Taylor Swift thing, I'm a little concerned there. But you know what? We're going to take it one football game at a time. And right now, I'm rooting for the Lions.
You're rooting for the Lions? Okay.
Yeah, tonight, at this very moment, I'm rooting for the Lions. But we're going to see what happens tomorrow. But look, you have a good night. And I am looking forward to talking to you real soon. You take care, okay?
Carolyn, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. Take care and be careful if you're out there on the road. We're going to go to can we go to some breaks right now? Let's do that. I've got a caller on my personal phone. And thanks to Carolyn. Thanks for Brian Barrett. Thank you, Brian, for calling in if you're listening. Thank you so much. Appreciate what you do. This is Edwin Lee Raymer Show. I'm Ed Raymer on a snowy, icy night with you. Jackson's on the board. We'll be right back with you right after this. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag number run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Hey, this is Ed, everybody. Want to tell you about a sponsor of ours. We've got Complete Yard Care. Their slogan is, we do it all. Low-maintenance landscape design, retaining walls, tree removal, stump grinding, lawn scut mulching, landscaping. Now, you can reach them at 615-785-0384. Or you can look them up on the web at CompleteYardCareTN.com. They have a 5-star ranking on Google. That's Complete Yard Care. We do it all.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. All right, and we are back, and on a snowy, cold, icy night here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and we have a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead, please. Hello? Hello, caller. You're on the air. Hello. Are you there, caller?
Yeah, hey, Raymer.
Oh, I'm fine. Hello, Jeff. Well, I thought we'd lost you.
I want to tell you, I hope you stay safe out there. But I just want to tell you a couple real quick things.
Go right ahead. We've got plenty of time because it's a cold, snowy night.
I want to tell you, I know Miss Cox. I know that every Bama fan, Miss Cox, when they lost that playoff game, I know every one of them believed the Saban was going to retire. I realize that you believed it that night that he's going to retire sometime. Okay, Saban.
Sure.
Saban has had more time on TV this week than Joe Biden, DeSantis. All right. Like I say, and also I want to tell Ms. Cox too. Ed, do you know who the dean of SEC football coaches is now? You know.
There's a plethora of them, I'm sure, but there's one
that's been there for longest of anybody in the SEC right now.
Calipari.
Saban,
now, are you talking about just football?
Yeah, with Saban retiring, you know it is.
I don't know. That's good.
Mark Stoops, Kentucky.
Stoops, Kentucky. He's going to stay there because there were some rumors he might step down. He
said that he was going to go to A&M, and they didn't want him.
Right. Okay.
He's going to go take State.
So he has right now the longest tenure of anyone in the SEC.
SEC in football. He'll be in his 12th year going to the fall. 12th year.
That's amazing.
And also Calipari is the longest tenure in basketball, 15 years.
Oh yeah. Well.
And Mitch Barnhart, the athletic director, he just finished his 22nd year. He's the longest tenured AD in the SEC in Kentucky.
Well, when you're making $1 billion a year, I guess it's hard to walk away.
Yeah, it's hard to turn all that down. But I was looking today. Tomorrow is the anniversary. I know you know who Joe B. Hall is, right?
Oh yes, very much so.
Tomorrow, 2 years ago, he passed away.
Is that right?
He's been gone 2 years tomorrow.
You know, he stepped into, and I'm sure you're old enough to remember this, he stepped into a very hot job when he took over from Coach Rupp.
Well, yeah, he was assistant. He was assistant.
He was assistant for many years.
He said, I got a good teacher, learned the game from.
Well, that he did.
He knew what he stepped into.
He did.
And
yeah.
talked about one time before. He followed a legend better than anybody in sports, better than anybody. I mean, by 1975 they were the Final Four. 78 they won it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's...
Alabama. Miss Cox knows this. When Barry Bryant retired and died, they went about 10 years. They couldn't find the right coach.
Right.
When Stallings left, they went through about 10 or 50, however long it is, until they found Saban. Like guys said on the radio, when legends leave, the next guy you don't do well. Okay. So
right.
That's what Bama fans got to deal with right now. They're dealing with it right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. They may go through a couple of coaches.
And they're going to go through a couple of coaches, just like I say. But I mean, that's just it's the way it is. But like I say, he's got more airtime this week than DeSantis, Trump, and Biden put together. He's got more airtime on sports and everywhere else.
Yeah.
So and that's fine. That's the way that the South is and football and all that kind of stuff. But now I just hope y'all stay safe, because I know I was looking outside. It looks like the roads are pretty bad and everything. So I hope y'all can stay safe out there and enjoy the process. And also in Iowa, the wind chill was only 35 below, and they got the Iowa caucus tomorrow. How many people think going to get out and caucus tomorrow in Iowa?
Well, I'd heard up in Buffalo, and this happens in Green Bay. I guess it happens in New York, because Jeff, it's a lot different in these major cities, Chicago, all these places.
Oh yeah.
That's all they do. They don't have a weekend place to go to. They watch. They have followed their team, and many of them, if the families have season tickets, they've had them for years.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and they were asking the fans to show up if they would lift the ban. They had a travel ban in Orchard Park.
Yeah.
So they could come in and help shovel snow, which the fans gladly do.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like when they had the Ice Bowl in the '60s when the Tigers and Cowboys played. And several years later, even the players said it should have been canceled, and it wasn't canceled.
Yeah, they were talking about that last night. Yeah, but now they showed a picture, and Carolyn and I were talking about this earlier. Yesterday from Orchard Park. It was a live shot. There wasn't any way a person could play a football game in that weather.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is the actual air temperature in Green Bay, they played that Ice Bowl 15 below.
Oh, yes.
Let me tell you a real quick story. One of the Dallas players was in his hotel room, and he wanted a wake-up call next morning. So the thing rings, his phone rings, whoever the player was, Mr. Smith, this is the front desk. Our air temperature today is 15 below. The wind chill will be 45 below. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
And then get this, he tried to get out for a team meeting. He couldn't get out. It was froze. he had to go and get the bellboy up there and busted him out. He go to team meeting before the
right.
One final thing, they tried to get hot chocolate and brought it up to the press box. By the time we got to the press box, it was froze. And so they bit on the hot chocolate, and the nasty goes, delicious. Delicious. It's froze. Like I said, there's a lot of funny stories about that. But I'm one of these people that I think football should be played in the elements. I'm not for this dome, but now I believe if the Ice Bowl was played, the other games should have been played too, even if they had to move them. If they had to move them somewhere.
Right.
Try to play them myself.
Mm-hmm.
But they are going to play tomorrow, so that's a good thing. But I just wanted to tell you to stay safe on the roads, and hope you have a good week and a good week staying warm at home. And I enjoy your show, and have a good one. Thank you.
Jeff, I thank you for your continued support. That's Jeff Neal, everyone, and I appreciate him so much. And like I said, we've got a mess here tonight in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We're looking out. Jackson was good enough to open the curtains. I'm looking out on Broad Street, and traffic is moving at a snail's pace. So people are not getting in a hurry, and that's the last thing we need to be doing is getting in a hurry here. And I'll tell you what, Jax, do you have a show pulled up ready to go to? Aaron Durkett, we're going to go to the remainder of that, and I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for calling. Carolyn, thank you. Brian, thank you for calling. Jeff, thank you. All of you that support this show, I'm reading your messages and everything. And don't take your football losses too seriously, folks, okay? Because, I know how it is. And, but I mean, this Dallas thing is really, has really wrapped some people up. We're going to go to a couple breaks, I guess, and then we're not. We're going to just go right into it. We've had our breaks for tonight, and this is Aaron Duquette on term limits, and Jackson's going to sink us in about the same time we were there on time-wise for the last 20 minutes. Thank you all for listening. Be careful out there and stay safe. Take care.
They're going to fawn on you. They're going to laugh at all your jokes. They're going to be
Yeah,
very
right.